All right, hey guys, Jerry from Showtime Audio. So we have another one of Brian's cars in, this time a Jaguar F-Type that we're doing a huge stereo upgrade. But as always, Brian wants it hidden. He doesn't want to see anything. He wants it to look completely stock. But he also wants it to perform, and he likes a lot of bass. So in this vehicle, that is a huge challenge because there is no space for a subwoofer. So we did a down-firing footwell enclosure. If you've seen any of our C8 boxes, you know that that's all the rage right now. But in this vehicle, we did a footwell box and down-firing, in essence, not down-firing, but we fired it at the firewall. So it's firing toward the firewall where the center console is. To tell you that the bass is impactful, up front, just in your face is amazing. Footwell boxes are always beneficial just because of the loading, but firing into the firewall makes that to a new level. We were able to get an Audio Mobile Elite 3210, which is a pretty decent sized sub in the factory footwell. Now, the way we did this is we eliminated, there's a metal panel and a module that lives down there. So we eliminated that metal plate, the module, and rebuilt the entire cavity to grab a ton of airspace. The enclosure is bolted. The enclosure actually has a spot where there's a bolt that picks up a factory bolt in the floor. And then right in front of the woofer on the front end, there's another bolt. So the box is super secure. We deadened the whole vehicle, did a fully active front stage with an active center and a sub. The car sounds amazing. We did a custom conductor where we replaced the cigarette lighter and made a custom conductor pro, which is the new billet model. It has a nicer feel, finish, but we made it custom because he wanted it in a certain location. So the client also wanted a forward-facing camera. Reason is, obviously, if you see the front end on the car is really, really long. So he wants to be able to see the front splitter so that he doesn't rip it off. We added a module which not only allows him to have a forward-facing camera, but it allows him wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, the vehicle did come with Apple CarPlay, but it's wired Apple CarPlay. There is adapters, but the adapters aren't always the greatest. This module kills two birds with one stone. It gives him the forward-facing camera, as well as allows him a native wireless Apple CarPlay system. So this is the passenger footwell, and the client lost, in essence, no space. So obviously he lost some space, but it's space that's unusable. There's a metal plate. We'll show you that metal plate. And then there's a BCM that lives there. Hondo relocated the BCM, and then we removed that plate, and the enclosure is now the plate. So if you fold down the factory floor mat, we made this little panel to just trim it out because there is an access panel to allow you to get to that BCM. But now the BCM lives up here in the kick panel, and you can get to it regardless, so you don't have to remove anything down there in order to access that BCM in case the car ever has to be serviced. In essence, the client lost no footwell space, right? So the enclosure is in there with a 10-inch sub. We're running over 1,000 watts to it. I mean, it sounds fantastic. So we did the conductor here, and we're using this transparent acrylic. So the acrylic, when it's off, it looks black. But if you see the button, this is the push start button. It's recessed, and it has a slight overhang and on the top and the bottom. So the conductor has the same exact overhang. So what we did is we removed the original cigarette lighter, took the conductor apart, modified it, milled it, machined down some of the parts. We laser cut this acrylic ring in order for it to do the backlighting. But again, when it's off, it's black and you can't see any of the LEDs. It's only right now when the system is on. So in the center, we did Audison Voces. So we did his Jeep Grand Cherokee. We did Audison Voces in that, and he loved it. So we kept the recipe and did it in this car. So we did an active center with a tweeter and a 3-inch Voce. We had to build like a bridge system in order to have the tweeter float above the middler. Voce tweeters in the stock locations which just cam in. So we made these adapters using the original housings so that the tweeters cam in like they did normally with factory plugs. We laser cut some adapters for the Voce 3-ways, and in this case we're using the Helix i5s with the flex mounts because they're made specifically for this car. They drop right in, and the amount of mid-bass out of this vehicle is ridiculous. The other thing that we did is on this vehicle, we went with a Helix V8 DSP Ultimate. The Ultimate has a ton of power. I mean, it is impressive. I mean, this car is loud and you're gonna need it, right? So it's a sports car, big motor, big exhaust, convertible. I mean, you're going to need the power because on the road, you need more volume to enjoy the music at the same level. In the tune, we actually did multiple tunes for the client. And one of the tunes has a tone control feature. Basically, when you put the top down, you're able to kind of adjust the highs and the bass to get you a little bit more of that with the top down versus with the top up. The other thing about this vehicle is there's no good spot to mount your phone. So what we ended up doing is we did this magnetic mount. So we machined this aluminum bracket, which picks up a factory bolt behind the climate control, and it's wireless charging. So all you do is you put your phone, obviously when the vehicle's on, and it'll start charging. So you can do that, you can do that. So it's just a really nice place to put your phone. You could just telescope the wheel out. Again, the other major thing is where do you put all this gear, right? It's a lot of gear. There's 2 amplifiers. All the speakers obviously have the location, sub, the interface for the CarPlay. I mean, there's a lot. And this car does not have a ton of real estate. So the amplifier ended up going here where the factory amplifier was. We were able to eliminate it because we're using an optical interface. The optical interface lives on a bracket behind the seat. The CarPlay piece lives in a spot between the brackets for the radio and the amplifier. The monoblock fits in that cavity over there, and the subwoofer obviously in the passenger footwell. But other than the conductor, you'd have no idea that this vehicle has been modified at all until you turn it up. Once you turn it up, it is amazing. I mean, the amount of output and clarity out of this thing is ridiculous. Okay, so the other thing that we did on this vehicle is we added a magnetic charger. Literally this exact charger and this setup is found on a lot of your Rolls Royces, Ferraris, some of the AMG Mercedes, because they know that the vehicle is not your primary vehicle. It's, you know, it may be like a weekend car, a special occasion car, and you don't want the vehicle to die. But it's a pain to pop the hood. In this case, you pop the trunk. You'd have to connect the leads, have a lead hanging out your trunk, shut the trunk. You forget and drive off. It's a bad, bad day. So the nice thing about this is it's magnetic. So there's this little door, and then that just snaps on, right? And now, if by any chance you drive off, it just literally pops off and the door automatically shuts behind it. So it's super nice. This is one of our favorite chargers. So it automatically, you know, charges as long as you have it set, right? And then it tells you where your battery is at. So it tells you if it's low, medium, or full. And when it goes full, there's a green light. Super nice because it will not hurt the battery. You can leave this on here for 10 years, come back and the car will fully start. It is a great piece. It's factory equipment on a lot of those vehicles I mentioned. The only difference is there's a fancy sticker over the top of it that tells you it's Rolls, it's Ferrari, it's whatever, and you're paying a huge premium. But basically this is the charger. So one of the other things we did is we did our stage 3 deadening. So we did stage 3 on the doors, and we did, in this case, we did all the floors. So we had to pull out the interior in order to do that. But just wanted to show you. I mean, just to give you an idea. I mean, same sheet metal, right? No difference in the sheet metal. It's just amazing. Deadening helps a ton. Not only does it quiet the road noise, 2, it makes a better enclosure for the drivers, in this case, the i5 mid-basses. But 3, it lowers the overall noise in the vehicle, which makes your stereo sound louder. So there's a ton of benefits to doing the deadening. It's not just for the stereo. I mean, it helps all the way around. And if you want to see how we accomplished all this, keep watching.
Visit our website at showtimeaudiochicago.com.